But I just got the hump because it's just the one. It's Man United again, isn't it? I'm sick, so sick of losing to Man United. It's like a life sentence, isn't it? And you think you're getting let out, don't you, after 25 years? But it just keeps going on and on and on. It doesn't matter whether it's good Man United, average Man United, shit Man United. I don't know where I quite rate this team, but I think we could have had them today, and still we've let them off again. And they've come to Villa Park and had another win. They've had another 6 points off us. About 3 weeks ago, we must have been 15 points clear of Man United. Now it's 5, In a couple of weeks, they'll be above us. We all know how it goes.
Yeah. And that was always the worry for me. With look, people were saying I was being negative last week with regards to, me and Sam on our negative-a-thon, but it was just that. I could see, I saw the performances for the last 7, 8, 9 games before the Sheffield United game, and I knew that times would come where we would play well and get beat because the performances catch up with you. Like you will have situations like that, and my worry is like George says there, Kev, that we've gone through it from a situation of, yes, we've been poor, we've picked up 1 or 2 results, but generally performance has been poor. Now we get into a situation where teams are catching up with us. And we've gone on to play well today, and we've got beat. This is the problem, isn't it? These performances catch up with you, and then all of a sudden it just becomes like a snowball effect, and you can't get yourself out of it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that bleak, mate, to be honest. I mean,
I'm not saying it's bleak, but like, don't get me wrong, we played really well today, and as I said to you before we came in, we play like that in games. We'll win more than we lose. It's just that I could see that coming. I could see the 8 or 9 games where we've played poorly. Yes, we've picked up 1 or 2 points, but I could see it. I could see this happening, and I can see those other teams, as George has said to us numerous times, the mentality of a Tottenham, the mentality of a Man United. We've not been in those positions before. They know they've got players who can step up in big moments. Have we got players that can step up in big moments? We don't know that yet.
Well, I think we have. And I think this team have proven themselves over the last nearly 18 months now. So I'm going to be maybe the new George, the new voice of reason. If you look across the season, right, ideally, right, you'd end really well, right? Ideally, and then we always talk about Villa, that Villa team of probably 20, 25 years ago, that I think across the calendar year, we might have been first, but because we had a really good end to one season, a really good start to the next, but calendar year football doesn't win you anything, does it? As we know from last year, because we didn't get Champions League for finishing second on December the 31st, even though we were obviously across that year. But across any season, I'm going to put this in my tweet I put out today, basically, but you're not going to win every game, and I know everyone knows that, and I know it's a bit of a cliche, but think about it, right? There's some good teams in this league. So if we think we're going to go toe-to-toe with all these teams and win all of the games against them, or the most of the games against them, when this is new territory for Aston Villa, 7th last year, came out of nowhere at the start of last season, for us to be vying for top spot around Christmas and still in that hunt for top 4 seriously, is still staggering. That doesn't mean if Sam's listening, that means my ambition is dipping, and it means I'm not thinking we can do better. But I look at what this team has done, right, over the last, just to come back from that Gerrard start of the season, when they must have been on the floor thinking that relegation was happening, to under Unai's stewardship, take the most unbelievable the next few months, in their stride and get 7th spot in the league. The way we started this season, to come back from that Newcastle defeat, to come back from that Liverpool defeat, and to get to this point now where, sure, we've had some tough results. Chelsea have massively improved. And I know they had a couple of dodgy results back-to-back, but really, they've been a lot better in the last couple of months. Man United have massively improved. They've got players back. And actually, on their day, they can be a match for anybody. And amongst that, okay, we lost at home to Newcastle, but Newcastle have got some really fine players as well, and they've been in a better form lately as well. I don't think, if you look at where we're at right now, well, let me just.
That's the problem, though, Kev. You've got to, if you want to mix it with the big boys, you've got to beat them. You
Yeah,
can't.
but
I
with
know we
mixed.
beat Arsenal. I know we beat Man City, but you've got to beat like Man United at home, Newcastle at home. You have to beat them. You can't. We can't keep because you will get results where you play well and lose, and you will get the odd result where you get beat off a Nottingham Forest, or you get beat off or you drop points against a Sheffield United, or drop points against an Everton. You will get that, and that's the nagging thing for me. That's the mindset thing, and that's
Yeah,
I
but
know we
Rich,
criticise him as a manager, like he was terrible. He was terrible in the end, Gerrard, but that's the mentality that he was talking about with some of our players. That soft centre, that lack of ruthlessness, and that's what's gonna kill us. Sorry.
but the first few months of the season, did we not beat Tottenham away? Did we not beat Chelsea away? Did we not beat Brighton at home? Did we not get some results? Did we not win 15 home games in a row consecutively? And how many opportunities were there then for have a soft-centered, let the side down, capitulate? Did we not come back in injury time against Palace and win 3-1 pretty much, right? 87th minute. Have we not done loads of things this season that are unlike Aston Villa and beat teams and beat Man City finally? And go, when was the last time we went back to back with arguably the best two teams in the league and won 2 consecutive victories?
True.
Look, if we get a month down the line and we've lost to Fulham and we lose to Luton and we lose to Forest, then I'm with you. It's gutless. They've let themselves down. It's cowardly. But lately, look, in that purple patch, we still got a last minute. We got a last minute equaliser against Sheffield United when a lot of teams on a day like that would have lost that game. We beat Burnley when we didn't play particularly well. We went to Everton, who have been, again, production aside, they've taken some scalps this season, had some good results, and got a decent draw. I mean, I just don't think, I think anybody who's even a decent team can lose to Newcastle, Man United, and Chelsea, and not derail their season. And I'd say one final thing, Spurs' character, Spurs' mentality, you kind of touched on it earlier. We haven't seen it yet. They had a decent start under Ange, and didn't they lose 5 in a row under Ange?
I think it was four
It
from
was
5.
No, it was 5.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't lost 5 in a row. So,
I checked their
days.
fixtures. I don't think it was 5. I think it was 4 out of 5. I'm pretty sure.
Still
I'll
fourth
check.
in the league.
Yeah.
It's the it feels like it's the business end now, doesn't it? And like I put on the group chat this afternoon, everyone is putting their foot to the throttle now. I mean, Arsenal absolutely demolishing West Ham yesterday. Liverpool, I know they lost to Arsenal last week, but generally on fire. City, doing what City do every back end of the season. Spurs getting a last minute winner yesterday. And all of a sudden now, a few weeks, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, it didn't seem like we felt like we may have had a couple of bad results and got away with it. But you ain't getting away with anything now. You don't win, they all win, and we're getting further and further behind. I mean, all right, we were never going to win the league and all that, but we were fighting with them. We were up level with City and Liverpool 3 weeks ago. What are they now? 6 points ahead of us, all of them? That's how quick it can change. And this is my fear that we just get left behind, mate. 2 bad runs, and we're gone. It doesn't matter. We can all say, oh, what a great season. We ain't catching them up.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, and I'm not negative about that.
No,
I just agree that that's what's going to happen, and it is like, I know Emery's saying it was our second best performance that he's been there, and it was a really good performance, and that's the kind of the frustrating thing about it. And we will get into some of the player performances and stuff, but in general, I just think, yeah, I'm more positive about this performance, and I think, like I say, if we can replicate that in the next 3 or 4 games, as you say, Kev, I think we do come out with good results, and we're looking at this as, yes, this is a time to be, really positive. However, I kind of worry that this kind of run isn't going to end, or we're going to lose against these teams that we come up against that we are in the business end with. I think, we pick up a result against the Nottingham Forest at home in a couple of weeks, but then we lose against Tottenham when it comes to playing them at home, and that's the big game that matters. And that's what frustrates me. That's what worries me about where we are at the moment.